Alright, so, I quite literally only have 2 videos left on my to-do list until it's fully empty. One's been there since November, while the other since January. So, instead of actually coming up with video ideas, I'll just take the January video and actually make it. So, Miitopia on 3DS versus Miitopia on Switch. These 2 versions of Miitopia are almost the same, but not really. I'm honestly struggling to think of what I should say here, so instead of listing off some changes, I'll pull a jaw battle and just compare the 2 in different aspects. Even though there's far less to compare, I swear to god myself from 6 months ago, why? Either way, here we go. Miitopia on 3DS versus Miitopia on Switch. The gameplay point is by far the hardest to decide. While yes, the 3DS version has touch controls while the Switch version doesn't, which is beyond me, it's hindered by the fact that the speed up button exists. Whenever you play Miitopia, you hold down the speed up button 90% of the time, and having to use the touchscreen for battling and using literally the entire UI, which is very obviously made for touch controls, and then immediately having to switch back to button controls just to hold down B so the game moves at a reasonable pace is very annoying. Meanwhile, the Switch version ditching touch controls makes everything far less annoying during actual gameplay, but for the menus I still wish touch controls existed. Maybe do something like what 3D World on Switch did and have a cursor activated with the shoulder buttons. While the 3DS version doesn't have this issue, it does have clunkier gameplay, so the real question is, do I prefer clunky menus or clunky gameplay? Clunky menus. Switch version takes it here, although 3DS is pretty close behind. UI is 3DS. Everything except for having to press the B button immediately after choosing what you want to do in your turn is perfectly made for the 3DS touchscreen and feels great. Sprinkling the Miis is also a very nice addition, I really like that. You can tell the 3DS version was meant to be played with only a touchscreen. The circle pad thingy when walking around areas like the Traveler's Hub proves that the game was meant to be played with only a touchscreen, which by the way, it's totally possible to beat the entire game with just a touchscreen, you don't need a single button. Which makes the removal in the Switch version even more dumb. Yes, it has no way to work in TV mode, unless you do the 3D World technique, but why not in handheld? It makes no sense, I hate it. Visuals is Switch, I don't have to elaborate much here, it's just 3DS but better in every way. Next. Content would also have to go to Switch, mainly due to the Tower of Despair and Horse, although the first one was taken to 3DS via data mining the demo, where it was named Tower of Gods for whatever reason. Thank you to Orsted for this information. And that's it. Switch version's the better one. I know Orsa's probably watching this video right now and commenting how I didn't beat the Towering Pair yet, and you're right. That's the end of the paragraph. Thanks for watching, I'll see y'all in half a month again with something not Miitopia related. Bye. Yes, it has no way to work in TV.